There are two wolves inside me. One is a rational thinking person, one who knows that if I were included in those 100 men fighting a gorilla, I'd be one of the few who kick the bucket, most likely pretty fast. The other is a crippled alcoholic who is drunk enough 98% vodka that now the only thing that gets him going is Everclear. The latter wrote this video. Muhammad Ali, John Jones, Manny Pacquiao, Roger Gracie, some of the greatest fighters of all time. What do I have in common with them? Absolutely nothing. Jack shit. I boxed for like 2 years and was never anything special. However, drunk Carter does not accept that. Side note, this is sober editing Carter here. I wrote this entire video while heavily sauced. I am now reading and recording my lines for it blind, as I don't really remember any of it. Stay in school, kids. The confidence of my ancestors, the glory of the great Soviet motherland, and an unending stream of grain alcohol and nicotine addiction are all I need to feel in my heart of hearts that I can best these creatures in a fight. So that's what I will be doing today. I'm also using a rubric to determine the outcome because my little autistic ass can't operate free form. Okay, rude. The rubric is based on natural armor of the creature, natural ability, size, and location. Each of these get a score of 1 through 5, meaning a 20 would most likely mean I could not beat said creature in a one-on-one, and I will describe my tactic after the rating for each creature. Oh yeah, and this is a tier list because everyone does those and they seem to perform pretty well online. At the end, I'll do a quick sober review of everything listed just to see what I think. If you like watching me destroy my liver for views, please God consider liking and subscribing. My entire existence is nothing without the approval of strangers online. Without further ado, welcome to the newest installment of Six's Cells Out. The Deathclaw is a genetically modified lizard with a stupid face and stupid claws. They were made to specifically hunt and kill humans, but I am a smart man. Obviously I couldn't take a New Vegas Deathclaw, those things are fast, silent, and deadly. The Fallout 4 variant, however, is nothing more than a stupid lizard with big claws, therefore I will be fighting a Fallout 4 Deathclaw. The wiki says they were designed for maximum lethality, but they obviously haven't met the cart. Now the wiki also says the Deathclaw has rippling muscles that give it incredible resilience. These guys must have a- I'm not making that joke. Good God. Anyways, the specifics of the natural armor aren't specifically stated. That was redundant. But the basic idea of its stupid rippling muscles is that they are hard as steel and resilient to certain calibers of bullet. That is crazy, but I'm always hard as steel, so that's not a serious concern for the 6-man. The 6-man? The wiki goes on to say, the defense is enhanced by horns and dorsal spikes, making melee combat a very dangerous proposition. But these guys obviously don't have the mental ability that I do half a handle in. I'll give it a 4 in armor only because everyone everywhere says it's crazily armored. Whatever. This stupid freak of nature was genetically modified to have 5 fingers, including an opposable thumb, with claws sharper than a masterwork katana. It's bipedal, so it can see farther and detect prey easier, which is good because this little fucker will need all the sight it can get to see me coming. That doesn't make sense. Deathclaws, according to Reddit, which is an incredible source of true information and is literally never wrong, are intelligent enough to listen to commands and can potentially be tamed, as seen by the Enclave. However, their intelligence apparently maxes out at about the level of a dog, which is a benefit to me because I am the dog. They roam in packs and have a hierarchy. My tactic, which I will reveal in the end, is based on the fact that a male alpha Deathclaw will not leave their nest even if their mate is dead, but a matriarch Deathclaw will simply pick a new mate if need be. Don't get ahead of me, you'll see how this all plays out in the end. 3 out of 5 for natural ability because my goal is to play the mental game first. On average, a Deathclaw will grow to be about 9 to 10 feet tall, standing on its hind legs. That's some real David and Goliath shit, but it's okay because tall doesn't always mean good. The Twin Tower 3 out of 5 for size. Now location is where I get some points back. If I'm fighting in an enclosed space like in the Museum of Witchcraft in Fallout 4, I fear I may be screwed. Call me a fish because that's a barrel. A barrel of witchcraft. And Deathclaws. That is a barrel of witchcraft and Deathclaws, and that's bad. A bad barrel of witchcraft. Okay, this joke is going nowhere. If I am out in the open, sure they have their home field advantage, but that gives me extra room to move too, and I'm a fast little guy. That's not true at all. Dodge rolling, sliding, tactical retreating, all more available to me if I'm outside. Hey, fun fact, I can't do any of those. Therefore, since you are more likely to encounter one outside, I will give it a 2 out of 5 in location. This brings the final score to 12 out of 20, meaning I will most likely win a fight against a Deathclaw? Here's the tactic. Prior to my fight, I will approach the matriarch Deathclaw with a proposition. I will simply offer her a lovely trip to Atlantic City where we will have drinks, gamble, and have a great time. Naturally, she will agree thanks to my overwhelming charisma, and we will spend the week there. Halfway through, I will send a message to the Deathclaw saying, "She's busy little bro, see you in a week," with a selfie of me and his lady. This will anchor him, but he will have a couple of days to stew on it, ultimately changing from mad to sad. This is my one-up. From there, I will return to the battlefield to an emotionally distraught Deathclaw. Once the fight begins, I will simply duck under any swipe he throws, play jump rope with his pathetic little tail, and continuously throw punches to the back of his head as I use my quick as the wind movement to knock him out. He may land a few hits, but it will be hard for him to do that looking through tears. I will still accept my rating of 12, now 20 because my victory is contingent on a lot of factors, placing the Deathclaw in the relatively difficult loss tier on our list. The Goomba is a weird little mushroom fucker from the Super Mario franchise. They look stupid. That's it. It just looks stupid. This one will be quick. They have no armor. They are made of mushrooms. Stupid mushrooms. How did these little freaks evolve to not have any armor whatsoever? Have a weak spot on their head like a stupid little baby and somehow survive extinction. These little stupid looking mushroom losers better be like 10 feet tall canonically, or I will make it my personal mission to demolish their population in my off time. 0 out of 5 in armor. The Nintendo Wiki says that the way they attack Mario is by biting him. They only attack, as they do not have arms like the stupid, idiot, dumb mushrooms they are, by using their mouth. They must use their dumb, stubby little legs to run up to you and bite you. Maybe if you're a slow walker or just completely blind, they may get the jump on you, so I'll give them a 1 out of 5 for ability. Okay, so I just found out the Goomba is depicted as being around 1 foot 6 inches tall. This is like knee height for me. I am 6'2", meaning that I am almost 4 Goombas tall. This is the equivalent of me mollywhopping the hell out of a toddler. Like a full-on toddler. Wait, no, not a toddler, a baby, because toddlers are like up to my upper legs. This is the equivalent of me beating the shit out of a 0 out of 5 for size. There's not a single location that could give this weird little mushroom an advantage. It could be on a bed of nails and I would still come out on top because the little shit would die instantly. 0 out of 5 for location, giving the Goomba a 1 out of 20 for the rubric. Here's my strategy. Tight spandex speedo, beautiful Samoan charm, buzz cut, walk up to him, kick him in the legs to stop him from moving, call out for the crowd, and people's elbow the shit out of the mushroom man. Easy win with a little show for the spectators, landing the freaky little man on the easy sweep tier of the list. Aw man, it's the green guy from the block game. This little explosive chode boy causes real issues for Minecraft, but don't worry everybody, I've got this. The creeper Aw man, oh good god, is it written like this for this entire section, is tall and fleshy, with hair according to the god-awful Minecraft movie. It takes 3 hits to kill one with an iron sword, I think, which is like pretty close to a kitchen knife. What? Therefore, it is not armored at all, and I need to take another shot. 0 out of 5 for armor. Everyone knows the creeper Aw man has one very distinct feature. Tax evasion. These little f***ers are number 1 on the IRS's list, and they own it. Also, they blow up when you get too close, but don't worry, they don't have arms so you can use some range for this. Other than that, they have some sort of camouflage, or at least they did before Minecraft updated their grass textures. They are in the trees and the Lorax is scared because they go boom. Okay, I think the new shot hit right about here because the jokes get more convoluted as I go on and the typing is starting to get like much messier. All in all, keep your distance and they won't go boom. 2 out of 5 for ability. Creeper Aw mans are roughly 1.7 meters tall, making them about 5'7", about the height of my girlfriend. Oh god. Now I would never fight my beautiful loving queen, but god knows she would probably be down to beat my ass for putting up with my god-awful jokes. Fair. And someone that tall who has arms would probably lose, so this height does not scare me. 1 out of 5. Now the only advantage the Creeper All Man has in location is based on their camo. So if we're fighting in pre-1.14 Minecraft, it would score more points. However, we are currently like much further ahead, so that advantage doesn't apply. As long as I have a tiny bit of space to hit and run away, I will be fine, so location is a 0 out of 5. With a 3 out of 20, here's my plan. Run up, punch it in the face, run away. Same shit we do in Minecraft, only this time I'm wearing an explosive ordnance disposal suit, because if I don't hit it hard enough in time, it will explode just like the The Creeper All Man lands in the easy sweep category right next to that off little Goomba. Pikachu is a fucking stupid little yellow rat who can fucking catch these hands because of his stupid fucking rat face. Jesus. Armor, he has none. He's a stupid little fucking yellow rat. Rats don't wear armor, unless it's made of cheese, but he isn't made of cheese, he's made of stupid f***ing yellow. 0 out of 5. Ooh, look at me, I get all shocky and can use Thunderbolt and shoot lightning out of my stupid f***ing little yellow ass. Ooh, wow, 3 out of 5 because he can paralyze me if he isn't fast enough. Spoiler alert, he's not. Google says he's 1'4", meaning he's even smaller than that Goomba and will absolutely get demolished by me in any hand-to-hand combat. 0 out of 5. You know what? Let that little pick anywhere the he wants to go. He can choose the middle of the damn ocean if he wants. Don't care. I'll find him anytime, anywhere, and demolish his stupid little rat body. 0. 3 out of 20. My plan is this. Find him and destroy him. Easy sweep. Next creature. Pyramid Head is the manifestation of James Sunderland's guilt, and the wiki says he exists to remind James of his past actions. Well, call me Pyramider Head because I'm about to manifest some kick-ass all over this hunky freak's sweaty-toned biceps and remind him of his past regret fighting the might of the Red Army. Okay, so am I like a gay Soviet soldier when I'm drunk? The man has armor on his head, it comes to a point above him, but does not protect anything below his upper torso. Now normally I would throw some haymakers at his noodle and try to drop him quick and easy, but this complicates things. Everything else he wears is either butcher's clothing or just pants. Also, fun fact, the first Silent Hill movie is surprisingly good, and I need everyone here to watch it after this video so I can talk about how much I enjoyed it. Also, Sean Bean is in it, and he actually doesn't die for once, so that's pretty cool. Okay, there's like an entire paragraph here just talking about the 2006 Silent Hill movie and how trash the sequel was. We're just gonna give armor a 2 out of 5 and move on. Nothing super crazy about ability. He moves slowly but swings hard. He carries a great knife and a spear. I don't truly understand how he can see out of that pyramid, so his attacks are probably more guesses than planned out swings, but the guy doesn't really die. In fact, by the end of Silent Hill 2, there are multiple of him, but I trust my big sweetums enough not to double up on my lovely comrade body. Okay, yeah, definitely a gay Soviet. The whole unkillable thing is pretty crazy, and even attacking his body doesn't really seem to hurt him, but he also isn't super tactical, which I can use to my advantage. 3 out of 5 in ability. After some extensive research, I've concluded that Pyramid Head in Silent Hill 2 is about 7 feet tall, almost 8 with the pyramid. That's at least a foot Omni without the pyramid that he doesn't take off. Factor in the massive, rippling, often sweaty muscles he has, and he gets a 4 out of 5 in size. See, that makes 0 sense because the Deathclaw got a 3 out of 5, so this grading system is seriously flawed. Obviously, I have to go to Silent Hill Main to fight my geometrically challenged hunk, and obviously I can only fight him when the dark comes in, so he has every ounce of home field advantage. Truth is, if he doesn't kill me first, the tetanus from the area most likely will. 5 out of 5 for location. This gives Pyramid Head a 13 out of 20. My plan to take him on is pretty convoluted. See, it starts with murder. I have to find someone to murder, potentially a person in Las Vegas, potentially someone that is at the bottom of Lake Mead, and then I have to go crazy from it. From there, I'll get a letter from them telling me to go to Silent Hill, Maine. Now you see, I've prepared for this by taking 4 years of non-stop Muay Thai with a 2nd level of training in Judo. Now I have access to all 8 limbs and the ability to use my opponent's momentum against them. I will arrive at the town, wait for the sirens to sound, and once he shows up, I will egg him on by making fun of how unbelievably attractive he is. Once he gets mad and pulls out his knife, I will block his first attack with my shins that I have hardened by micro-fracturing them over my 4 years of training. Naturally, they will be hard as steel and will shatter his knife. From there, he will use his spear to poke me, but aha, I have planned for this. I will use my black belt in Judo to dodge the pointy end, grab his wrist, and use his thrusting momentum to get him on the ground. From there, it's a simple pummel fest, and he has gone from hunky top to pathetic bottom. I don't expect this to actually go my way, so Pyramid Head lands in the relatively difficult loss tier. The Scary Fetus is a manifestation of Ethan's mind in House Beneviento and Resident Evil 8. Now see, in the game you can only run and hide from this freaky fuck, but I think it's just because Ethan is a f***ing wuss and isn't down to fight a giant mutant fetus monster. This thing is made of skin. Like a baby, but not. It's all wet and glossy, red and weird, but it's just flesh and bone. 0 out of 5 in armor. It can crawl around and it can eat you. I've seen speculation that when it devours you, the hallucination really just gives Ethan a heart attack, but joke's on you, I have no heart, so I'm all good there, bitch. 1 out of 5, just don't get caught. Lamau. This thing's height is 5'10" and its length is 7'7". Honestly, because of how big its mouth is and how much room it takes up as it crawls around the dark, I'm willing to give it a 5 out of 5 on size. No baby should be that big. The freak can only exist where Lady Beneviento's hallucinogenic plants are, so it will have to be fought on its own turf. Now let's be clear, this is Ethan's fear materializing as a monster. I'm sure my deepest fear would be completely different. Probably something like Elon Musk's head on a body of a giant spider or something, but that's besides the point. This thing has dark, cramped halls and locked doors working for it. Easy to hide in, harder to fight in, but mama ain't raised no bitch. 5 out of 5 for location, giving the giant fetus freak an 11 out of 20 on the scale. My battle plan involves a lot of running around and taking advantage of the fact it can't hit me. It can only eat me head on. Although I do not necessarily delight in fighting a baby, this one is at least bigger than that damn Goomba or that stupid f***ing yellow rat that murdered my family. I'll move around the creature, jump on its slimy smooth back, and just hit as much as I can before I slip off. Rinse and repeat until either one of us drops. We have our first submission for the hard-fought battle tier, yay. I have a lot of love for H.R. Geiger, and his design of the Xenomorph is equal parts awe-inspiring and terrifying. Ain't gonna stop me from dropping it like a lesbian dance theory course and then milli rocking on its grave. The Xenomorph has a silicon-based mesoskeleton that acts as armor. It is incredibly strong and can even protect them from the vacuum of space for a limited time. It also stops a metric ass ton of ballistic weapons like small and mid-sized caliber firearms, but it can be stopped by armor-penetrating ammunition. This will be my first hurdle when fighting the Xenomorph, 5 out of 5 in armor. The Xenomorph is naturally incredibly violent, quote, with a biology specifically designed to kill. They can spit acidic blood, have insanely sharp claws and spines, and a fucking sword tail shaped like a scorpion. On top of that, they use echolocation to see and find prey. Their bipedal nature is akin to the Deathclaw, but somehow with even more versatility and freedom of movement. They are incredibly fast, precise in their attacks, and can see in the dark due to the aforementioned echolocation. Okay, see, I'm using really big words here that I just can't believe I actually knew to use the other night when I was on one. A very well earned 5 out of 5 for ability. The drone variant of the Xenomorph is around 7 to 8 feet tall, just like Pyramid Head. The only difference is the ability of the creature. A slower moving, sluggish Pyramid Head that tall doesn't hold a candle to a fast moving, quick, and precise killer like the Xenomorph. Therefore, I won't even hesitate in giving it the third 5 out of 5 of this entry. If we're going off of Alien Isolation, then I will have to fight this John on a space station. But see, it doesn't really matter where I fight it. It can survive and thrive anywhere. Remember the whole can survive the vacuum of space thing? Yeah. Even if I somehow manage to get the drop on it, there's just no way I will have any advantages literally anywhere in the galaxy. Another 5 out of 5. Standing at a solid 20 out of 20, there was really no plan for this one. I could potentially last a little longer if I had armor-piercing bullets and a big boy firearm, but this video is about fist fighting. If I had to fist fight a Xenomorph drone, I would simply lay down and prepare to become a breeding ground. And that's one of the lowest tiers of their society, that's true. The Xenomorph Queen stands at 15 feet, sometimes even bigger than that. Dude, it's unwinnable for even the greatest Muay Thai judo drunken master, let alone me. Instant death, no rebuttal. Had to finish this video off with my favorite corrupted guy, Gwen the Lord of Cinder. From the sexy-ass plin-plin-plon of his theme to his hollow eyes showing an abyssal pathway to his fading soul, there's no one I love more than Gwen in Dark Souls 1. Oh wait, yeah there is, it's... Anyways, yeah, I'll beat the shit out of Gwen. Gwen wears the Great Lord armor set with 78 physical protection and 73 bleed protection. It will be a little hard to do some serious damage with my hardened gorilla fists, so I will give him a 5 out of 5 in armor. Okay, somehow Gwen is as armored as a Xenomorph. This is wild. Okay, so in the actual boss fight, Gwen really only uses his flame sword to attack, unlike the intro cutscene where he hurls lightning at mock Jesus, so I can work with that. He slashes, thrusts, and kicks, all things I can counter with my newly acquired Super Muay Thai Judo. I will have to rely heavily on that Judo for the grab attack though, because if he manages to get a hold of me, he will blow me up like a parade float. Haha, you thought I was going to make another joke about that tragedy that happened in 2001. F you viewer, comedy comes in threes. God, I even wrote in my own fourth wall breaks. 4 out of 5 for ability. In-game, Gwen is not much larger than the playable character. A lot of people claim that size in Dark Souls is relative to power, which would make sense since Gwen is all but gone hollowed as he split his soul to make the Four Kings more powerful and used the rest as kindling for the first flame. Okay, so it's good to see I still salivate over Dark Souls lore when I'm wasted. Due to this, he scores a 1 out of 5 in size. Obviously, the only place I'll find this Turd Ferguson version of Santa Claus is in the kiln of the first flame, so that's where we're fighting. It's nothing crazy. I don't really think it will give either of us much of an advantage, so I'll give him a 2 out of 5 for location. This ends Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, with a 12 out of 20. To fight him, I will enter the fog wall and use my shins to parry his initial thrust attack. From there, I will gut punch and then stay close enough to guide his sword attacks with my hands, pushing them from my body and booping his snooter every time to punish him. I will continue to do this until his health bar is whittled down enough that I can parry one last time with my incredible Shins of Steel and finish him off, obtaining 70,000 souls and then walking out, inadvertently ending the Age of Fire and becoming best buds with a bunch of penis worms in the abyss. He lands in the hard-fought battle tier, ending our list. Okay, sober review time. The Deathclaw will kill me instantly. They can rip a human apart in seconds like a knife through hot butter, and I want to fist fight it. Dead. Honestly, the Goomba was pretty accurate. The most damage I'd take in that fight is probably landing the people's elbow. For the Creeper, no clue where I will get an EOD suit. Honestly, that one probably ends in a draw, not even gonna front. I have no clue what my unending hatred for Pikachu is when I'm drunk, but honestly, I don't see that one going my way either. Electricity doesn't really mesh well with organic material, and the paralysis alone will probably end that battle early. The ghost of a gay Soviet took over for Pyramid Head, but, like, come on, dude, he doesn't die, and I'm not about to set aside 4 years of my life to learn how to beat him with Muay Thai and Judo. I'm gonna die real quick with that one. The Scary Fetus is a hallucination, so I don't think I could fight it even if I wanted to. Pretty sure touching it will instantly kill me, so that's a loss too. It was nice to see just how much the Xenomorph sobered me for that bit, because holy shit, it would make the Boston Massacre look like baby food. Closed casket funeral for sure. And lastly for Gwyn, back to the whole I'm not doing Judo and Muay Thai for years, I can't parry that shit. Also, the dude uses a flaming f***ing greatsword, bro. I'm walking in there wearing gym shorts and a tank top. I'm dead. Instantly dead. Thanks for watching this PSA for why alcohol is deadly. Do I plan on fighting any of these creatures anytime soon? No. Do I plan on lowering my alcohol consumption? Possibly. Did I enjoy reading this script blind? Absolutely. If you enjoyed, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'm hoping to reach 10k subs by the end of this year, and it's looking very possible. Another thank you. Remember to tell your mom you love her, or I will. 6 is out.